Hey guys, welcome back. For those of you that were expecting to see the comic book memory stream this morning, we're sorry, but Rod called me and he was feeling quite a bit under the weather. He didn't sound good. I think he might have had maybe a bad reaction to some of his medications he's on, so he had to postpone for today. And I think he was already in the chat telling the same thing. But for those of you that didn't see that, that's what's going on. And for those of you that believe in prayer, maybe want to send some prayers his way, and if not, then send him some good thoughts and some good vibes, and I know he would appreciate it. I've just been in the comic room. I actually got a nice package today. It wasn't comics, but it was comic related, and really happy to have it. So, new backer boards, Comic Pro line. New comic bags, silver and regular bronze size, whatever they call them. I don't know. Anyway, I was just going through and I thought I would, well, I have some new bags, would get some of the series, some of the shorter run series, and some other books, and just kind of rebag and board the ones that need it, and especially the ones I've completed. So I just thought I'd show a couple of runs that are complete, and these have been complete for a while. But I thought since I was going ahead and rebagging them, I'd just go ahead and start showing those. First one up, really enjoyed this series. When Jack Kirby came back to Marvel in the mid-'70s, this is one of his babies. Wrote it all, did all the pencils, did all the covers with some help for some other people. But this is a fun book. I mean, to me, it's kind of like maybe another version of Commandy. I don't know. But Devil Dinosaur, I know a lot of you guys enjoy this series. And this is just pure Jack Kirby fun. You know, he does the pencils on all the covers. I think Frank Giacoia might do the inks on this one. But you got Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy and all the little wild characters that lie within that universe. Here's issue number 2. Second senses-shattering issue. I think Kirby did the pencils and inks on this cover. And Mike Royer did most of the, if not all, of the interior inks. I think he did all the interior inks, matter of fact. And Mike Royer is one of my favorite Kirby inkers. Now, I know there's been videos and discussions going on about who was Kirby's best inker, and I don't know who was the best, but my favorites are Mike Royer, Joe Sennett, probably Bruce D. Berry, and some others. I know a lot of people like Vince Coletta doing his inks. Frank Giacoia did the inks. Dan Atkins. Just, you know, there's a host of people that did the inks on his books, but probably Mike Royer and is probably my favorite. So there's issue number 2. Issue number 3. I think this is all Jack Kirby as well. Pencils and inks. Devil and Moon Boy face the prehistoric might of Giant as opposed to the little guy. There's another copy. I might have talked about this before, but I think a lot of times when you start collecting when you're a kid, you know, you just get the oddball comic book. You don't know anything about continuity. You don't know anything about numbering. You just pick up something that looks good to you and you start reading it. And then later on, you're like, well, I'd like to collect that series, you know. So I think that's kind of how it happens, was how it happened for me. And I'm sure probably with a lot of you, it's happened like that. You say, well, I had my childhood copy and now I want the rest, you know, or I had a couple issues of this, so now I want the rest, you know. So that's just the way it works for collectors in some cases, and especially anal completists like myself. So, issue number 4, Devil Dinosaur. I think these and the next 2, Joe Sennett inked the covers. And more great stuff. Yeah, you can kind of see the little K and S for Kirby and Sennett, or Sennett, however he pronounces his name. And copy of that one. Number 5. I like this cover. But they're all Kirby covers, not what's not to like, right? And number 6. Number 7. And this is just a lot of fun. I mean, you know, it's not, I don't think it's meant to be the great American novel. It's just good old Jack Kirby fun. I think Steve Lealoa might have inked this one. You guys remember him? And here's number 8. Here's the only original copy I had from a kid. It's pretty rough shape. And here's a better copy. And this cover was inked by Walt Simonson. And last but not least, issue number 9 of that series. And this one's inked by John Byrne. So there you have it, Devil Dinosaur. Just a lot of good Kirby fun, like I said. Okay, what else we got? Another series I really enjoyed. I had a couple issues when I was a kid. And this has got like a, can I use the word plethora of writers and artists? But this book was a lot of fun. I only had like 1 or 2 original copies from when I was a kid. But I think last year sometime, I think I might have completed this one. And we have the introduction, one of Marvel's greatest, Forbish Man in Not Brand Echh. And anybody that knows about this title already knows it's another great fun book. You know, Marvel does a lot of send-ups of their own characters, other comic companies' characters, movies and TV stars, music stars, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, you know, yeah, they all have funny names, and it's just a riot. Number 1. Here's my childhood copy of number 2, with all the colors wore off of it. But you got Spidey Man versus Natman and Rotten, and Knock Furious, Agent of Sheesh, and the Blunder Agents, all in one package. And there's a better copy since that one was kind of ratty. All right, here is issue number 3. They asked for the origins of Charlie America, the Inedible Bulk, and the Mighty Soar. Like I said, this book has a who's who of creators, just plastered all over it. Most of the covers, I think, were done by Marie Severin and Tom Sutton. But as far as the interiors, I mean, you had John Verprutten, Jim Mooney, Frank Springer, Stu Schwartzberg, Ron Foss, Stan Lee, Gary Friedrich, Jack Kirby, Frank Giacoia, Mike Esposito, Roy Thomas, Marie Severin, Ross Andrew, Bill Everett, John Severin, John Romita, Don Heck, Tom Sutton, and Gene Colan. So, you know, quite a laundry list of classic superstar creators. And there's another copy. So apparently I had this one when I was a kid. It's a lot of great fun. It's pretty reasonable as far as money wise. Won't break the bank. Here we have Scaredevil, Sunk Mariner, and the X-Men. Issue number 4. And issue number 5. More Forbish Man. This is pretty beat up. I might have had more than 2 or 3 of these as a kid. I don't know why I would have got 2 copies later. But this is another copy, and this one's These are kind of bad this time period. A lot of this stuff was kind of bad for chipping. I guess you've heard of the Marvel chipping. And you can kind of tell, like at the top on that one and on the edge of this, chipping was pretty bad. But, you know, for the most part, these are all complete. And this is number 6, Big Baddie Love and Hisses issue. Starring Spidey-Man, the Human Scorch, the Unhumans, Dr. Deranged, and a Meshuggah mess of other offbeat oddballs. Can't beat it. And a lot of this stuff is like the early Mad magazine, and then later on, you know, Marvel had Spoof and Crazy, and a lot of the same stuff, sort of like Cracked, and, you know, just good oddball fun. And number 7, the origin of the Fantastical Four and the origin of Superman. When I was a kid, I saw stuff like this, and I didn't understand, because even then I was able to know the difference between the DC and the Marvel characters. Like, well, why did they do that, or who did that, or does the other company know? You know, all those far-reaching questions you had as a kid. And here we have number 8, The Revengers, co-starring X-Men, ECHHS, and Knock Furious. And the Forbush Man flops again. And this is a little bit lower grade copy, you can tell. Sorry about the glare. And then it went into the last 5 issues, excuse me. Went to giant size, these wonderful square bound books that I love. So, here we have Not Brand Deck number 9. Volk versus the Sunk Mariner. Captain Marvin versus the Sentry, I guess. And lots more stuff. They're young, they're in love, and they hoit people. Enough said. Forbush Man down there with Bonnie and Clyde, looks like. I wonder if Warren Beatty and the rest of those actors sued over this. I don't know. Here's a classic cover. The Worst of Not Brand Echh. Number 10. And here's another copy, number 10. Number 11, King Konk, the greatest monster movie of all time. And we have some little dude down here in Plainshead. Very interesting. I think that was the guy from Laugh-In, Rowan Martin's Laugh-In. Artie, can't remember his last name. That's terrible. Fuzzy memory. I know somebody will correct me. Anyway, like I say, lots of spoof, lots of send-up. Just a lot of great stuff. It's kind of cool seeing, I guess, what you would call artists who did serious superhero art kind of go into a cartoon-like format. It's pretty neat. And this is the first one I had. And I remember this. It was the only one I had for a while. Number 12, another giant size. It's Frankenstein. Why is everyone running? Because he's got bad breath. That's why I would run from Frankenstein. And here's an upgraded copy, or a little bit more upgraded, I guess. And last but not least, kind of the foreshadowing of the Marvel value stamps. Not Brand Echh number 13. Gotta love these square bound books, man. Just so much cool stuff. These are all new stories, too. And you can just kind of see all the funny stamps and everything. All right, guys, this was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope everybody's enjoying the weekend. Like I say, just send out some prayers for Rod. I haven't heard from him yet. I'm going to try to check in on him here in a bit and send some positive thoughts his way. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Appreciate all you guys for stopping by. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, we won't talk about that. But anyway, that's all I got. Onward and upward.